Bienvenidos, damas y caballeros. Quise hacer una charla con ustedes hablando sobre el partidazo, noche inolvidable, histórico, que hizo Arsenal contra el equipo Real Madrid. Los Galácticos 3.04 mil del dominio nunca antes visto en la historia del fútbol, en la historia del juego. Vale. Now, but for real, Arsenal, Real Madrid, crazy game. YAP SESH number 3, almost really fitting, 3-0. YAP SESH number 3. Amazing game. What can I say? Unforgettable vibes. It's a different team. Shout out to my boy Lautaro Martinez, Pavard, Sommers. You feel me? Di Marco. You feel me? Thuram. You feel me? And shout out to my boy Inzaghi, coach. They got it done against Bayern Munich, the eternal monster that is under the bed of Barcelona. But yeah, man, just a huge shout out. I just want to make this video just recapping my thoughts. Un resumen de mis pensamientos sobre el partido de hoy. Sí, esta jornada de Champions, this Champions League fixture. We're in the quarterfinals, baby. One day at a time. Barcelona in pursuit of greatness. 10 years. We're going to be in Germany this year, bro. Led by a German looking to conquer Europe. You know, but in a football sense. So I just want to say that today's game with Arsenal and Real Madrid is the one I really want to focus on because that's the one I watched the most. I did here and there tune into Inter Milan and Bayern Munich. But it's going to be concentrated on the Arsenal-Real Madrid game. You feel me? Hold on, let me adjust this real quick. Let me adjust it. All right. It was a sensational game, man. Like, I mean, as a cooler, as a Barcelona fan, and Arsenal is the team that I do support in the Prem. I support in the Prem because of Bergkamp, Ian Wright. You had Alexis Sanchez, you had Mesut Ozil, of course, the iconic Thierry Henry. Van Persie played there for a while. It was just cool, you know, how they're just linked together. Barcelona and Arsenal. Mikel Arteta played for Barcelona and for Arsenal, interestingly enough. But I just want to say that in the first half, it was quite the game. I'm not going to lie. I mean, I've seen Arsenal games. I've seen their games against Newcastle this year. I saw their game against Liverpool. I saw both of their games against Manchester City. I just think the Arsenal offensively has been so inconsistent, you know, and going into after the end of the first half, I'm like, you know what? I think that it's pretty even. I want to say that for Real Madrid, as much as, you know, they are eternal rivals and we butt heads all the time, it's a rivalry, historic, El Clásico, you know what it is. I just want to say and give credit to Kylian Mbappe in the first half. You know, he looked like somebody that really wanted it. You know what I mean? He was free roaming, trying to get the ball, you know. And he did deliver a strike that could have potentially gone in, and I just felt like in the first half he was very committed and he wanted to win. You could see it that he wanted to win. I also want to give a shout out to Asensio. Dude is fast, man. He's such an animal, so vigorous, so tenacious. You feel me? But sometimes you play around with the tiger's tail, comes back and bites you. You know what I mean? But that's about it. I mean, I can really compliment Los Blancos on the first half is those two players. I think that when Arsenal lost possession and they were trying to recuperate and recover the ball, Arsenal was really hounding, man. There's a couple plays where they will lose the ball and like 2 or 3 players will just come in, and so they will always try to keep a level in terms of number-wise, you know, whether it be 3-on-3 or 4-on-3. Rarely were there ever occasions, even on the counterattack, where they were outnumbered. I remember distinctly a couple plays where as soon as Mbappe and Vinicius try to hit the ball, that they would just collapse on their players. And, you know, I think the Sky report defensively for Arsenal is something that you can't take away. I think even towards the end of the game when they were up, when Real Madrid was losing 3-0, Valverde tried to, the ball, it was off an attack, and the ball went out of the box, and Valverde looked like he was gearing up to do one of his, you know, very memorable, very iconic long ball shots outside the box. And one of the Arsenal players, it's slipping my mind, stopped them from even trying to get the shot off because they know the scouting report is that Valverde does that. But I just want to say, man, Arsenal is such a great team. I think Luis Skelly is a crack. I think Saliba is a crack. I think Odegaard, man, Odegaard for some reason reminds me of Frankie de Jong, but he plays nothing like Frankie de Jong, man. He's more of like a physical, he's like a prototypical English player. It is midfielder, you know, the hustle and effort is there. I don't say he has no technique or like tash or nothing, but I just think that in terms of like elegance, it's not really that type of player. But in terms of what he did, in terms of the effort he produced, in terms of him actually maintaining a good pace, actually, because Arsenal was very methodic today, very methodical. They did have moments where they sped the game up. Their wingers did a pretty good job keeping pace. I want to give a shout out to Martinelli. Martinelli put on a great shift, and not only that, he created a couple good chances. And once again, when Martinelli, Rodrigo, and Vinicius are on the pitch, why is it that Martinelli is always the best Brazilian when that happens? It happens in las eliminatorias. It happens in the Copa America. When Martinelli, when Rodrigo, and Vinicius are on the pitch at the same time. Why does Martinelli always look the best? Rodrigo was a no-show today, man. I don't know what happened. I think Arsenal did a good job shutting him down. Bellingham, in my opinion, was also a no-show, if I'm going to be honest with you. Because like I've been saying, if you put Bellingham against a decent midfield, bro, he's ghost. You put a decent midfielder and he gets blown by. I don't know, man. You know, there's only so much you could do just trying to pass the ball and cut inside the box to tap in a goal. You know, no disrespect. But I just want to say, the Arsenal, man, congratulations to the boys, to the Gunners. Let's talk about Declan Rice, man. He put on a great performance. I even think his sub, Thierry, was actually pretty decent, too. He wasn't half... Actually, no, I think that was Xhaka's. No, or was that? I don't know. But when he came off the pitch, man, that boy Thierry was not that bad. I'm not going to lie. He was not that bad. He's actually pretty fast. I think he was he had the physical attributes to, you know, go with the game. So, Declan Rice, what can we say, man? Everybody's talking about those free kicks, man. Honestly, to be honest, for me, that's probably one of, if not the best, both of them free kicks I've seen in the Champions League. Or even just in general, man. Like that first one, obviously, it reminded me a lot of Messi in 2019 against Liverpool. And hopefully it doesn't remind me too much, because Barcelona did end up going 3-0 in the Camp Nou and losing in Anfield 4-0. Hopefully history doesn't repeat themselves off a free kick. I pray not. I think that Arsenal, actually, I would say, and you could clip it or you could remember, I think Arsenal will win at the Bernabeu 1-0. I think they're going to win by 1 goal. Whether it's 2-1, 1-0, they're going to win. Because I just don't think that Real Madrid has, like, it's interesting enough how, for as much as they're able to withstand, it seems like against a good team, the farther the game goes, the more they fall apart. Unless they're Atletico Madrid, bro. Atletico Madrid just for some reason, man, they just have their number. But phenomenal. Marino, I thought was pretty impressive today. I thought he started off pretty slow, and towards the end, I mean, you can't really take away the fact that, you know, he's been, Arteta, whatever he saw in him to put Marino as the number 9, it works out. So that's what it is. YAP SESH, number 3. Barca plays tomorrow. Hopes to release something tomorrow. Let's go for the boys, you know what I mean? I predict Barcelona will win tomorrow against Borussia Dortmund. But I don't hold anything against Borussia Dortmund. They have improved since we played them in the league phase and we won them at their home. So I just want to say that beating a German team, obviously being a Barcelona fan, I know that beating a German team is never easy. So we'll just see what happens, man. I just think that if we just play tight defense, if our midfield, you know what, man? I think I something gives me the suspicion that Borussia Dortmund might not be so, try to play against Barcelona, go blow for blow. But who knows? We'll see what happens, man. Take care. God bless. Peace.